Sarah Webb. Welcome to Quantum Healing with the Angels, the podcast. Hello, welcome to Quantum Healing with the Angels. My name is Sarah. I am your host, and I have a new podcast. I have a new episode for you today. This one, I believe we're going to call it, we were trying to think about what to call it. It's actually, maybe I'll think about that and do that in a minute. But what it is it is a BQH session that we did for my father. In BQH, you can do surrogate sessions for people who can't do their own session for whatever reason. Maybe they are elderly, maybe they're too sick. And so we did a session for my father because he was having some health problems. And then it's interesting because most of this session was me just listening to Travis talking to the angels, and the angels just talking. I wasn't really asking much of anything until the end. I have to remember, this is so real, and the way that sometimes Travis doesn't need me to do this, but sometimes he'll listen to me talk softly, like in my hypnosis voice, and it makes it a little easier to just go into trance. And this time I said that he'll see other beings, and they will float up to a place in the light where they can talk, and that is exactly what happened. So there you go. I just thought I was talking, and that's what happened. And also he got to remember the entire thing, which was really cool for him. Usually he doesn't get to remember these, so that was really awesome. And then after this session, I was thinking about the things that they said, and I thought, I really want to get more information. So we did another channeling yesterday for you. And that one, wow, that one has so much information. So Monday, I will put the other one up so that you can have both of them. I kind of got in a little, not trouble, but Metatron told me that the people needed this information. And he said something really interesting. He said, people need this like people need their medicine. And that shocked me. I didn't realize, and I felt bad about that. So I am sorry I haven't put anything up. It's been a really busy month, but he's right. I need to do more of these for you. I know it's a really tense time for everyone, and for us too. It is, like my father's sick, or was sick, and then there's all kinds of little stressors and things going on, and I hear that for a lot of people. And kind of what they talked about in this was, I'd say the main subjects were self-healing, frequencies, which was very interesting, and how to shield yourself, and then just staying positive, which is, even for me, it is a challenge lately, but they are sending more light to the earth. I can feel it. It's all happening right now. So I'll just quickly tell you some of the things that happened with this session. So my dad contacted me and said that he has a pacemaker, and he said that his heart was racing, and I could tell he was really, really scared. He said it was like up to 150, his resting heart rate, and that's not normal. And what they said is he had been thinking about worryful things, stressful things. And that was what was causing this. There's nothing wrong with his heart. That's what was causing this to happen. Our bodies really do react to what is going on in our lives, and that's why it's so important to try to keep yourself out of fear. And I know that's a tough one, but the alternative is worse. So even for me, I just keep telling myself, just keep trying, just get back in there and get your positive attitude. So anyway, what happened with my dad is we did this session, and I called him and I said, "How are you feeling?" And he goes, "Well, it's funny. I feel kind of better." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, I went out and tried to mow the grass, and I figured my heart would, was 150 before I went out, or some crazy number like that." And he said, "But I just tested it and it was 90, and I tested it again and it was like 77." And so it went down, and he had a procedure scheduled where they were going to shock his heart to get it back into rhythm. And he went anyway because, he doesn't really know he doesn't know a lot about this stuff. But he went in, and they said, "Your heart's back in rhythm. You don't need this. We're going to cancel it." So that is another example of how powerful these sessions are. I see it all the time. I see it in my other sessions. They can change lives. And I'm about to cry, so I'm going to move on. But they really can. You just have to believe it. It happened for me. It happens for others. They're real. And all you have to do is believe. And I think that's the hardest thing for a lot of people. It took me a long time to believe too, but I know they're real now. So some other things we talked about were the phone test that was done the other day. I don't know if you heard about that, or you probably heard your phone go off if you have a cell phone. It was pretty loud, and actually it went off during this session. I had forgotten what time it was, and it went off, and it cut off the session. This was towards the end. You won't hear it, but it was loud. Like, I'm sure you heard your phone go off if it was on. And then I realized it wasn't taping, and so I turned the recording back on, and then there's like 10 more minutes of talk. And that's when I was finally talking. And they explained some things about that, which are really, really good to know. I didn't know those things. So there is also a part of the session towards the funny part at the end where there is a reference to a song. And when I finally realized what it was, I burst out laughing. It's from Gilmore Girls, and I can't believe they were singing it. But there you go. They are funny sometimes. And I guess Travis was feeling happy, and so he was singing it. So I will put a link to that in the show notes for you. There's a YouTube video of the scene and of the song, and it is a really funny song. That's why you'll hear me laughing quite a bit during that part. And then Monday, the other one I will put up, and that one has just a load of information about our past, the things that we think are our past that maybe aren't our past, and also things in the future that are coming. And I'm going to promise you that I will do better, because I don't want you to be without information. Even if it's just a few people listening, it doesn't matter. I want you to, hear what we hear. I want to thank you again for listening. We appreciate you so much. If you need help in your life, please contact me. If you feel you can't afford a session, please contact me and we'll talk about it. But I'm going to go ahead and let this play and just thank you for listening. We love you and we hope you enjoy this episode of Quantum Healing with the Angels.
On this day, there will be an attempt, but it will not succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people know what is about to be attempted, so it will not work. A lot of people are fully awakened now because they are tired of all the negative energy and they want to change. They are tired of all the misinformation. They are tired of doing the same thing and having no results. They want positive results and they have not been getting it. They are impatient and they want change. Change is in the mind. If you want change, then you can change it. Something negative comes towards you, then you can push it away easily. You have a strong mind to get out of your problems. There are always ways to get around negative problems, even health-wise. You just have to believe that you feel vibrant and energetic and full of life. If you are not feeling well, then it is your responsibility to break out of that. If you want to feel bad, then you will feel bad. It is not possible to feel bad and not want to feel better. There are ways you can feel better, mainly not thinking of negative things. Pain hurts the human body, but your mind is strong enough to get over the pain. If you think about beautiful and wonderful things and you meditate, you will get out of it. If you feel bad and you fall into the negative feeling bad, then you will keep feeling bad. The pain will not just go away unless you think about good things and how you felt when you felt good. The pain will go away. It is almost like you are ignoring the pain, which is what you're supposed to do. Sometimes it is hard, but it is possible. Every being is able to override pain. Every being is able to do that. Thank you. What Sir Falderon said was correct. Every human being has the power to override their pain. They were born with it. They always had it. Sometimes the negative energies try to override that and put more pain into your body to make you angry. Getting angry is almost like surrendering. The pain hurts so bad you cannot calm down enough to meditate and make the pain go away. So they push even more pain into you to make you angry, and you start thinking negative thoughts. And you almost pretty much just give up. That is a human condition. There's also other conditions in other beings when it comes to pain. Some beings are fortunate enough where they don't feel any pain. Those beings are powerful beings on different dimensions. As you can say, they can almost have it kind of easy. But that is the life they chose. They're almost like ultimate light workers. Since they don't feel any pain, it is easy for them just to think about the good all the time because they are always in good condition, good form. They always have good thoughts. That is a life they chose. The condition, the human condition on the planet that you are on is the hardest. It is the hardest test of life. That is also a good thing because once it is over, you have so much information that you've stored that you know how to get out of almost anything because you had to fight through it. The control on your planet won't last long, but it is an ultimate test. You will be stronger when you are done with the test, no matter how long your life is on that planet. From the beginning of your life on that planet, it is hard. Even when you're an infant, you are learning. Someone has to take care of you, but they're teaching you things while they take care of you. Unfortunately, some of the things you are taught are not the right things, but that is because that's where you are programmed. But you have a strong mind to break out of those programs. You're always thinking, you always have questions. And those are good. As long as you ask questions, you will find the answers you are looking for. If someone tells you something and you know it doesn't sound right, then you do your research and you find the right answer. There are a lot of false information on your planet, mostly to give people fear so they can control people. They have a lot of things on your planet that is controlling people about fear. You have to do everything through fear just to survive, unless you are in the nature, away from everyone and fending on your own. That is how you escape your matrix until we bring the flash. Once that event happens, everything will be fine. No one will have to fight anymore. No one will be struggling to survive. Everyone will be on the same plane. No one will have more than anyone else. Everyone will have the same thing. Everyone will be the same. No one will be in charge. No one will be better than anyone else. Everyone will be the same. Until then, everyone must find and stay in the light. You have to maneuver through negative energies. You have to maneuver through negative circumstances. For now. For now. The negative energies and the negative circumstances are not going to last long. They are going to try to attempt something on this day. It is a test to see how far they can push people. It is a test to see how many people will follow their directions, so they can implant their knowledge into your body. None of this would be if they didn't have their so-called power grid. Everything they do is used through their power grid. If they had no power, if there was no such thing as electricity, then everything would be quiet. everyone would pay attention to what is going on around them. Everyone would be more in tune with nature as it should be. Everyone would have to be in contact with each other to speak until they realize that they have the power of telecommunication. Everyone has that power. They just don't know it because they were raised on technology. If everyone knew they had telecommunication, then they can speak to each other through their minds. They wouldn't need your so-called cell phones, telephones. They wouldn't need any of that. It will be that way in the future. Everyone will be able to speak through their minds from long distances. You wouldn't have to be close to each other to speak to each other. You can be miles away and you can still speak to whoever you want. Everyone could do that now. They just don't know it because their brains have been limited to easy access. It made their brains lazy. But it's not their fault. Everyone on your planet was raised and brought up that way. When you're an infant, you have that ability. You try to speak to your palates. You try to speak through your mind to people. But they can't hear you because they forgot that they have that ability. So the only choice they have as an infant is to cry and hope that the parent can understand what they need. Most of the time they do when they really listen to the baby. They have to go through certain things to find out sometimes. But that's how they find out. It's through trial and error. The trial and error will get them what they want. They may want food, they may want their soiled clothing to be changed. Everyone will be able to speak through their minds in the future. There are a lot of angry people on your planet right now. We try to give them information, but most of them are not hearing us because they're so angry. We give them some answers, but majority of the time, they do not go with the information we give them. They want instant gratification. If it doesn't work fast, then they do not believe it. Oh, they will believe in the future. But as for now, they are so angry, it is hard for them to believe. It is hard for them to believe in themselves. They have all of the power, they just don't think they do. Because they try something and it doesn't happen right away. And that is unfortunate because sometimes they need it to happen right away. Because on your planet, they have time. They have time limits on everything. So sometimes you need something to happen right away. And unfortunately, it doesn't happen right away. Sure, when it does happen, it works. But you have went through so many bad things before it worked. It's still happiness when it works. But you had to go through so much. negative before it works. That is unfortunate on your planet because of time. If there was no such thing as time, then you wouldn't be in such a rush for everything to work right away. That is the disadvantage on your planet. Time. Time is a disadvantage on your planet. Because everything is rushed. Everything has to be done at a certain time. That is why most people need to realize they have the power. They have the minds to maneuver around the negative things until the positive things happen. They always do. You have to maneuver. You have to put trust in yourself. If someone is helping you do something, you cannot put all your trust into that person. You have to be doing other things on your own to make sure you get what you want. That way, when the person that is helping you is helping, that will be an extra bonus. And if that person doesn't help you, then it won't affect you because you use your mind to keep going and going toward that goal on your own. That way, if they do not help you, then they do not matter. You have to trust in your own gifts and your own well-being. Because you are on this journey alone. And alone is not a bad thing. Because you came into your life alone and you will leave on your life alone. Nobody is going with you. Having someone with you in your life is a bonus. But everyone has the power to do their own thing and get their own satisfaction. Having someone with you that cares for you and loves you is the bonus. And if you don't have that, then that is not a bad thing. Because if you're alone and you're happy, then that is just as good as being with someone and being happy. The happiness should be equal. You have someone, you should be happy. If you're alone, you should be happy. There is no difference. Everything should be equal when it comes to the light. Nothing is better than anything else. There's no such thing as a higher happiness. There is just happiness. There are no bonuses in the light. In the light, everything is constant. Everything is the same. There is no higher light. There is no lower light. There is just the light. There is no higher happiness. There is no lower happiness. There is just happiness. When you are receiving information about happiness and being in the light, it should bring you light. If you're hearing information and you do not like it, that is not a good thing. You are not in a good place. You have to be in the light to feel the light and keep the light. A lot of people on your planet make things a whole lot more difficult than they should be. They make up new names for new negative things to bring fear to people. That is not the way it's supposed to be. Fear does not exist unless you make it exist. A lot of people get information and they know it's good information. But their lives are so hard, it's hard for them to calculate the good information. Because they have been beaten down so hard in their lives, they cannot take it all in. Because they are constantly being beaten down by fear. If you are not afraid, then good things will happen. Because you start thinking and you start realizing there are other ways to get out of what you are in. If you're fearful and you're panicked, then you will not get out of the situation because you're fighting and you're always scared instead of thinking about the good things you can do to get out of the situation. Here in the light, we do not have what you call doctors because there is no need for doctors. Everyone is well. There wouldn't be any need for any doctors on your world or any other worlds if everyone knew they had the power to heal themselves. You wouldn't be getting any negative information about your bodies because you know your body and you know you can heal yourself. We have given this information on a lot of different worlds. Some worlds it comes over really good because they are already at a higher level and they understand it. On your planet, it is very hard because people do not believe anything unless a doctor says it, or if they have a piece of paper saying that they are approved for this, or they say that they have the money to do what they want to do. And on your planet, unfortunately, like we said before, currency is not a good thing. People should not be having to live on your planet with currency. Everyone should be able to live free. That is a big stronghold on your planet. That is the main thing that is holding everyone down. If it wasn't for that, everyone would be happy. But of course, that is not going to last long. Which is a good thing because then everyone will realize how happy they will be, not having to worry about currency to get what they need. We are spreading extra light over your planet, giving them that light so they can soak it in to push away negative energies, so they will not listen to negative things. There's a lot of people on your planet that think they know everything. They give out information that is false. Some of them, to some people, sound very smart, but they are telling a lot of false information. You won't know everything until you get here in the light. People on your planet think some people are so smart that they know everything that they're talking about. The reason why it sounds like they know everything that they're talking about, because you have no idea what they are talking about. It just sounds smart to you because you don't know the big words they use to tell you things. They use very big words that you have to look up to see what they're talking about. Anyone can sound smart if they know very large words that nobody else knows. They'll make up new words for things that don't even exist. But people on your planet will make it exist because they will throw it into a book you call your dictionary. If it's in the dictionary, then I guess it's a word that exists. People on your planet believe pretty much anything, unfortunately. Which is why it's hard for us to give out our information. Because a lot of people don't believe it because they've been lied to their whole lives. But that is not our... We'll just say it in your way. We don't care about that because we know our information is the truth. And we don't care if nobody believes it. Because either way, in the end, you will believe it. Everyone believes it in the end. That's why we do not care. We not care. We don't run on time. We know eventually when everyone on your planet and the other planets, when they so-called pass away and come back here in the light, they will know everything. So it doesn't matter if they listen to us or not. It is all up to them. We also know that there's so much false information on your planet. That's why it's hard for you to understand that we tell you is the truth. But it's not going to stop us from telling you the truth. Some people will believe it, some will not. Some people ask us questions and they don't like the answers we give them. But we do not fret about that because it is because you have been beaten down so much on your planet that it's hard for you to believe some things. It is not your fault. It is not your fault that you not believe what we say. That's why we don't mind that you don't care what we say, because it is hard on that planet. You've been deceived pretty much all of your lives about a lot of things. So why should we think we're better than anybody else, even though we're in the light? It is hard there where you are, and we know that. So we do not get angry because that is negative. We are not negative energies. We are positive energies. We do not get disappointed if you do not do what we say, because we know eventually you will do what we ask, because it is the truth. We know that you are strong enough to find out on your own eventually. And if you don't, then you will still find out when you get here, when you pass away. So either way, you're going to find out. A lot of people are afraid to ask us questions because they're afraid they're not going to hear what they want to hear. Or they're afraid that somebody else might hear what we say and somebody might doubt them for listening to us. That is a human emotion. You cannot care what anybody thinks about you because they are not in your life. They do not control your life. So it should not matter what anybody else thinks of you. Yes, you have been doing it right. That's why I'm telling you this. You have been doing it right. We see you have been doubting yourself lately, but you are doing it right. Yes. Absolutely. Yes, you have been doing what you're supposed to do. Can't you hear me talking to you? Yes. No, I'm not yelling at you. That's just my voice. You have been listening to me. Can't you see that? Don't worry about that. You are fine. There are others that are looking at you right now. You are doing fine. Talk to me if you have a problem. I am always here. You know that. Like Archangel Michael said, do not listen to what other people say about you. They are not important. They are not part of your life. You are doing very well. Sure, some people will try to be cheeky and tell you negative things, but don't listen to those people. You are tougher than most people, and you know that. You are stronger than most people. And say what's on your mind, and they will listen. Ah, yes, that will work as well. Yes, I will do that right now. Yes, he is fine, though. I can do that. The heart rate is minimizing now. He was thinking too much. He was very anxious. We are calming. We are calming his heart right now. Yes, I can do that. His higher self is talking to him, telling him to calm down. He was psyching himself up. He was thinking too much about his life, he does not need to worry about the end of his life, because he does not know when that's going to happen. So he should just relax and think about all of the happy things that he has in his life. He has people he can talk to give him comfort. He has people to tell them that he loves them. He has everything in order. He does not need to worry. That is what me and his higher self are telling him. I do not say much to him because I kind of spook him out. He does not understand why an Englishman is talking to him in his head. So I let his higher self do his job. Yes, that is the only thing that he has a problem with. He was always worried about his heart. His heart is okay. He just needs to relax. There is no malfunctions in his heart. It is working like it is supposed to. Yes, he is actually starting to eat a little better. His body is changing. He cannot eat the same things he used to because they are starting to not taste as good. So he's starting to get healthier foods. It is hard for him to get away for some of the... He loves sugar a lot. But he is starting to wane a little bit on the sugar because it's not starting to taste very well, and he's letting go of some of it. He is trying to eat more green foods. He was starting to feel a little better today, but then his mind got back into him. So we just need to keep giving him love and say we love him, and that usually calms him down. The more love you give him, the calmer he will get. The calmer he gets, the longer his life will be. Just needs more love. The more you speak to him, the more love he gets. Sometimes he does not like to be spoken to because he likes to be on his own and do his own thing, but he still likes the messages and he knows that someone cares for him. He is going to be just fine. Everyone on your planet is going to be fine. This time of year is when they really try to push in the negative energy. See, on your planet, mainly is around your so-called holidays is supposed to be the happiest time of year. But a lot of people start to panic because of your currency. They think they don't have enough to buy this, they don't have enough to buy that, because it is your holidays. That's when people spend most of their money, if they have it. If they don't, then they panic. Some people are lucky and they don't have to worry about those things. They don't have to buy anything for anyone. But some are still struggling even if they don't have to buy anything for anyone, unfortunately. But it's going to go away. We're going to push that away. We're fighting hard this time of year. We're going to push more light in, starting now. Really? Really? I'm trying to give you information. What is that song you're playing? Really? You're very dapper. That's very cheeky. What is a barrel of monkeys? Haha! That is a very song. That is a light song. I like that song. It's very funny. You're very funny. Keep doing that. You bring in light when you do that. That is awesome. I love that song. You're very funny. Thank you for doing that. You bring in light. We love you for that. That is very funny. But what I was saying, everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be okay. Everyone is going to be well. And it's just going to be beautiful. No need to worry about the negative things. You will find ways to get around it. No, it's not that. You just need to eat more vegetables. I saw that you bought some vegetables yesterday. You can eat those. Your wife is well. Yes, we will work on that for her. We are working on it now. And we will keep working on her father as well. He will be contacting her soon, if not already. He wants to give her some news. Contact me whenever you need me. You know that. You have been talking to me, and I have been talking back to you. And will you knock it off with that song? I know it's stuck in your mind.
Who is singing the song?
I do like the part about the ceremonial sword, though. That's funny.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
They used to do that a lot back in London. That's very funny. Just keep doing what I said, and everything will be fine. Very well. Everything will be fine on your planet. Everything will be fine. We want everyone to concentrate on the light, and everything will be fine. Think of things that make you happy. Yes, the song too. I know you like this song. It's stuck in your head. Everything is going good. Thank you for contacting me. I know you're always speaking with me and you always talk to me. And I really love that because we give you information that you need. We love everyone. We love you all. Do you have any more questions? Okay. That's good. Does anyone have any questions?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Do you have any questions?
I was just a little curious about the visions I've been seeing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And what's going on? What is that?
You are coming into your new gifts. They were coming. Now they are here.
Oh, that's neat.
Do not be afraid because you also have the gift of seeing some of the future. Those are powerful gifts. If you see something, as they say on your planet, if you see something, say something.
Oh. Well,
If you see something about someone, do not afraid to tell them. You can ask them if you want them to. And you can tell them, do not be afraid.
oh.
Do not be afraid.
Well, like the dream I had about my friend who was talking to me, but she was purple. Well, she looked like a purple sort of octopus or squid kind of being.
Oh, yes. That was not a dream. That was actually her parallel life.
Okay.
Her parallel life, she was having a dream about you in her parallel life.
Okay.
She was that being in that parallel life, and she was telling you some important things.
Yes, I could hear. There was, were we telepathically?
Yes.
Okay, because I can hear the, it's like I hear words going very fast, but I can't quite keep, my conscious mind can't quite keep up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
So we're communicating, that's good.
Yes. So, that is your gift.
And then, am I channeling? Well, you know
You can channel now.
Okay.
You're channeling to yourself.
Yeah.
But you can also channel that you've been trying to do for the longest.
Yeah.
You could do it before, but you were kind of holding back.
Mm-hmm.
Do not hold back. Whatever you see, that's what it is.
Okay.
So you can actually channel now.
Okay.
If you start talking and stuff comes out,
Stuff.
you are channeling.
Okay. Don't
worry about what it is, just say it.
Okay.
You will be able to do it now.
Okay. So if I, because it's usually just come in whenever it has come in, but now I can set an intention and do it.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Yes, you're getting your new gifts. You need to get back into it.
Yeah, I know.
You've been letting the problems get you down and you've been holding back.
Yeah.
There is some information that people need to hear. You need to get it out. Everything else is falling into place. You already have those pieces in place.
Okay.
You already know how to do what you need to do. Just keep doing that. But as far as these things, you need to get back into it.
Okay.
Because people need to hear information. They're missing information that they want to hear. Okay. They want to hear more information.
Yeah. I guess we should do what my friend was saying.
The so-called, what you call frequency, it is strong. But the building that you are in, those frequencies are stronger in single homes.
Really?
You have a collection here.
That is so crazy.
But the reason why you don't have to worry is because the reason why your husband has been so quiet is because he's been putting a strong pyramid around this whole complex.
Oh, well, good.
Nothing can break through that pyramid.
So we are able to do those things.
He has been fighting it, and the negative energies has been trying to bother him. But you have been doing it as well. Just because you do it once doesn't mean that it disappears. Oh. Didn't you try to put one of those around your area?
Oh, yes.
A couple of times.
Yes.
Well, when you did it the first time it stayed, you just made it stronger. See, a lot of people, what we say, need to believe. See, if you have one of those over yourself, those so-called frequencies and all that negative stuff will not get in.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, your husband seen a helicopter fly over this area this morning.
Did he?
Those beings know about that.
About the pyramid?
They know about people that can put pyramids over their areas.
Mm.
They are not good people. They do not like that people can do that. But they cannot destroy the pyramids. They can only observe. So you are safe. See, the people that know about those negative energies, they can tell people about it. But they have to tell people about it in a positive way. See, when you tell people about things like that, you can't just tell them about that and not tell them how they can get around it without disrupting their lives. See, you need power to do things in your house, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot shut out your power just to stop those frequencies from going through. Because most people don't realize it don't matter. Those frequencies they use are not power frequencies.
Oh. What are they?
They got the technology from beings you call the reptilians. It is a spiritual negative energy.
So there are spiritual
yes,
negative energies.
Yes. Spiritual negative energy can go through. They do not need electrical systems to bother people.
Oh, I thought that it... Okay, so this is the part where the test went off and it was super loud, and some of you probably know that. Some may have had their phones off, but I think we only lost maybe a couple of minutes of talking, and then I realized that we were not recording, and so then I turned it back on. So that's what you'll hear next.
That happened. You feel safe because you have your pyramid over your house. Your animals are calm. Everything is calm.
Yeah.
You may hear that sound again,
really,
but you will not panic.
Yes.
Because it is over your home. You did not have to shut off everything to block it. You already have your protection. It's over your whole complex area, not just your home.
Really? Does that affect other people?
Yes. See, when you put it over your home, well, believe it or not, there's also a couple of other people in this complex that did the same thing. They know what you know.
Really?
Of course, I can't tell you who they are.
Yeah.
But they are doing the same thing. So you have a lot of protection over your area. Across the street, on the other hand, that is a very negative area.
Yeah, we went through there the other day looking for that little cat that got lost. And wow, it was like walking into a completely different place.
That pet is with another family.
Good.
They found the cat and kept it.
Are they taking care of it?
Yes.
Good.
And they know who it belongs to. But they will not give it back to her because they are angry that the cat got away.
Well,
so they said, we can take care of you better than the other.
And that's why I got the comforting feeling about it.
Yes. Okay. That pet is safe now.
And that crack of thunder the other night.
That was us giving you a message that everything was going to be all right. Most people think thunder sounds angry and evil. That is not the case.
It sounds powerful.
It is powerful.
Yeah.
That is us giving you an answer to everything.
Yeah. The timing was...
And you realize that it did not rain after. That was because the thunder was on its own.
It was...
There was no clouds out there. It was just thunder.
Yeah.
If you would have looked out your window, you would have seen a cloud in the sky, and then you would have wondered where that thunder was coming from. It was a thunder without clouds. which that probably scared a lot of people because there's no clouds in the sky and wonder where the thunder came from. Because people get scared easy on your planet if they don't see something that makes any sense.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
That was when I was asking if was it true or not that anything is possible.
Yes, and you was also thinking about your father.
Yeah. Yeah. I was. Because I believe in what I do, you know. And I want to know that it doesn't matter what's happening,
Mm-hmm.
that we can do anything. If we're parts of Source, then we have to be Source, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything will be fine. Everything will be... Would you knock it off?
Are they say, is he singing?
What is a spirograph?
Oh my goodness, who's singing this song? Travis?
Yes, I understand you are happy. But I'm trying to answer our questions.
Where's my higher self when all this goes on?
Your higher self is there, and she is laughing as well.
Sometimes I think she has sung that song to me. Oh.
Alara always puts that in your head.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember one morning she did that to make me laugh. Oh, goodness.
Everything is going to be fine.
Okay.
Everyone on your planet will be fine.
Okay. Thank you for the information about the protection.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you hear the sound again,
Mm-hmm.
you know to ignore it. You do not have to shut anything down. You are fine.
Okay. All right.
You have a very strong, powerful... That's why your pets are calm. Everything is calm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's it for me.
And I...
You guys are goofy. Oh,
Thank
boy.
you.
Thank you. Bye, Larry. Okay, thank you for listening to Quantum Healing with the Angels and our episode, which is yet unnamed on my side, but will be as soon as I put this up. So we appreciate you. We love you. We hope everyone is doing well. And look for more content very soon. Like I said, Monday, I'll put the other session up for you. All right. Okay. Hope you guys are doing great. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Quantum Healing with the Angels. This podcast is sponsored by Sarah Webb Beyond Quantum Healing. Contact Sarah today for your free consultation and mention this ad for 10% off your Quantum Healing or Quantum Connect session.